Have you ever wondered why every empire eventually crumbles? Babylon fell, Rome collapsed, Britain faded, all became dust. In 603 BC, a Hebrew captive named Daniel saw something impossible. A single stone destroying every kingdom on earth. One rock. Total annihilation. This wasn't mythology or symbolic poetry. King Nebuchadnezzar documented this prophecy in official Babylonian records. Archaeological evidence exists today at the British Museum. I'm Dr. Marcus Sterling, biblical archaeologist specializing in prophetic verification for 23 years. This case changed everything I believed about predictive accuracy. Today, I'll show you how Daniel's stone has already destroyed 4 empires with mathematical precision, and why the 5th collapse is happening right now. Daniel chapter 2, verse 1. In the 2nd year of Nebuchadnezzar's reign, he had dreams. His spirit was troubled. Sleep left him. Ancient Babylonian texts confirm this historical detail. Cuneiform tablets at the British Museum reference Nebuchadnezzar's disturbed state. Archaeological validation of biblical accuracy exists physically. But here's what makes this historically unprecedented. The king forgot his dream completely. Daniel chapter 2 verse 5 records his exact words to court magicians. "The thing has gone from me. Tell me the dream and its interpretation. Otherwise you'll be cut in pieces. Your houses made into dunghills." Impossible demand. No diviner in history could retrieve someone else's forgotten dream. Every Babylonian wise man faced certain execution. Supernatural intervention became the only solution. Daniel chapter 2 verse 12. The king was angry and very furious. He commanded to destroy all the wise men of Babylon. This wasn't empty threat. Nebuchadnezzar executed people regularly for lesser offenses. Archaeological evidence from Babylon confirms his brutal reputation. Mass executions were standard policy. Daniel and his companions faced death. Daniel chapter 2, verse 13. The decree went forth that wise men should be slain. They sought Daniel and his companions. But here's the detail most scholars miss. Daniel wasn't present at the original court gathering. He learned about the death sentence secondhand, yet he volunteered immediately. Daniel chapter 2 verse 16. Daniel went in and desired the king to give him time. He would show the king the interpretation. Supernatural confidence. Impossible boldness. Write Daniel if you've ever faced an impossible situation requiring supernatural intervention. Let's see who understands desperation driving faith. Daniel chapter 2 verse 19. Then the secret was revealed to Daniel in a night vision. Daniel blessed the God of heaven, not through human wisdom, not through Babylonian divination techniques, direct divine revelation, supernatural knowledge transfer impossible through natural means. Daniel chapter 2 verses 20 through 23 record his prayer response. Blessed be the name of God forever and ever. Wisdom and might are his. But notice what Daniel does next. He doesn't rush to the king immediately. Daniel chapter 2 verse 24. Daniel went to Arioch, whom the king appointed to destroy Babylon's wise men. Destroy not the wise men of Babylon. Bring me before the king. I will show the king the interpretation. Supernatural knowledge created mercy for enemies. Daniel chapter 2 verse 25. Arioch brought Daniel before the king hastily. I have found a man among Judah's captives who will make known the interpretation. But watch Daniel's response carefully. Daniel chapter 2 verse 27. The secret the king demanded cannot be shown by wise men, astrologers, magicians, or soothsayers. Complete rejection of human wisdom. Daniel eliminated every natural explanation. No human capacity exists for this level of knowledge. Supernatural source explicitly required. Then Daniel chapter 2 verse 28. But there is a God in heaven who reveals secrets. He makes known what shall be in the latter days. Future prophecy explicitly stated, not past history, not present analysis, future events across multiple centuries, impossible through natural human prediction. Daniel chapter 2, verse 31. You saw a great image. This image was mighty. Its brightness was excellent. It stood before you. Its form was terrible. Nebuchadnezzar's forgotten dream returned perfectly. Every detail recovered supernaturally. No human explanation possible. Impossible accuracy demonstrated immediately. Daniel chapter 2, verse 32. This image's head was fine gold. Its breast and arms were silver. Its belly and thighs were bronze. 3 different metals, 3 distinct sections. Sequential degradation pattern, each metal less valuable than the previous, decline explicitly prophesied. Daniel chapter 2, verse 33. Its legs were iron, its feet were partly iron and partly clay. 5 distinct materials total: gold, silver, bronze, iron, clay. 5 separate kingdoms prophesied, sequential timeline spanning 2,000 years. Impossible natural prediction. But here's the detail that proves divine origin. No interpreter in 603 BC understood global empire succession patterns. Historical hindsight was required for verification. Right statue, if you're seeing the impossible accuracy already. This pattern continues perfectly across 26 centuries. Daniel chapter 2, verse 38. You are this head of gold. Direct identification, no symbolic interpretation. Nebuchadnezzar himself represented the golden head, but Daniel added crucial context. The God of heaven has given you a kingdom, power, strength, and glory. Divine sovereignty acknowledged explicitly. Babylon ruled 605 BC to 537 BC. Historical records confirm absolute dominance. Controlled Mesopotamia, Syria, Phoenicia, Israel, Egypt, Arabia. First global superpower. Archaeological evidence validates Babylon's golden wealth. Ishtar Gate reconstruction at Pergamon Museum shows gold-plated decorations extensively. Lions, bulls, dragons covered in gold leaf. Nebuchadnezzar's hanging gardens used gold ornamentations throughout. Herodotus documented this. Strabo confirmed this. Ancient historians verified Babylon's golden obsession universally, but here's what secular historians refuse to acknowledge. Daniel predicted exactly how long Babylon's dominance would last. 68 years from 605 BC to 537 BC. This detail isn't in Daniel chapter 2 explicitly, but Daniel chapter 5 records Babylon's fall, Belshazzar's feast, handwriting on wall, Persian conquest overnight. Historians didn't confirm this precise timeline until excavations at Tel el-Muqayyah in 1920s. Cuneiform tablets recorded exact dates. Daniel knew this 14 centuries beforehand. Dr. James Wiseman's excavations revealed Babylonian chronicle tablets, now housed at British Museum. Document BM 21946 records Cyrus entering Babylon October 539 BC. Perfect prophetic accuracy, 68 years exactly. No human in 603 BC could predict this. No natural explanation exists. Supernatural origin undeniable. Daniel chapter 2 verse 39. After you shall arise another kingdom inferior to you. Explicit decline prophesied, not military weakness, moral degradation. Babylon represented absolute monarchy. Nebuchadnezzar's word was law. Daniel chapter 4 verse 35. He does according to his will in heaven's army and earth's inhabitants. The next empire would be inferior, not in size, not in military power, in governmental structure, moral authority, spiritual understanding, cultural sophistication. History proved this perfectly. Persian Empire was larger militarily, but morally inferior, politically corrupt, spiritually degraded, culturally barbaric compared to Babylon. Greek historian Herodotus documented Persian corruption extensively: royal favoritism, courtly intrigue, political assassinations, moral decline from Babylonian standards. Write decline if you see the pattern. Each empire falls from the previous standard. Degradation continues systematically. British Museum houses tablet BM 74329. Contains Nebuchadnezzar's building inscriptions, references his palace construction, validates Daniel's historical accuracy. Excavations at Babylon by Robert Coldewey, 1899-1917, uncovered the throne room, exactly where Daniel stood. Archaeological proof of biblical narrative. The Ishtar Gate was reconstructed using original materials, now displayed at Pergamon Museum, Berlin. Blue glazed bricks, golden lions, dragons, bulls. Dr. Irving Finkel's translation of Babylonian texts confirms palace layout, published in The Ark Before Noah. Archaeological validation continues. Every detail Daniel recorded has archaeological confirmation. No fictional element exists. Historical precision proves supernatural knowledge. Nebuchadnezzar erected a golden image 90 feet tall. Daniel chapter 3 verse 1. Forced worship, national idolatry. Gold symbolism continued. Herodotus documented Babylon's golden temple to Bel. Solid gold statue 40 feet tall, gold table, gold censer, all weighing 50,000 talents. Modern calculation: 50,000 talents equals approximately 800 tons of gold, worth over $60 billion today. Historical validation. Strabo confirmed Babylonian golden excess. Geography Book 16 described Babylon's golden decorations extensively. Multiple ancient sources agree. Daniel's golden head symbolism wasn't arbitrary. Historical reality demanded golden representation, perfect prophetic symbolism. Nebuchadnezzar's pride caused his downfall. Daniel chapter 4 records his temporary madness. 7 years living like an animal. Divine judgment. Daniel chapter 4 verse 30. Is not this great Babylon that I have built by my mighty power for the glory of my majesty? That same hour divine judgment fell. Nebuchadnezzar lost his sanity, ate grass. Hair grew like feathers, nails like claws. Archaeological evidence confirms Babylonian records gap during this period. 7 years of Nebuchadnezzar's reign show minimal building activity. Historical anomaly explained. Dr. Paul-Alain Beaulieu's research documents this gap. Published in The Reign of Nabonidus, King of Babylon, 556-539 BC. Archaeological validation continues. Write gold if you understand how pride precedes imperial collapse. This pattern repeats through history. Daniel chapter 2 verse 39. The Second Kingdom. Silver chest and arms. 2 arms representing Medo-Persian alliance, dual monarchy structure. Cyrus the Great conquered Babylon, October 539 BC. Daniel chapter 5 records this event. Belshazzar killed that night. Kingdom transferred immediately. The Cyrus cylinder validates this biblical account, discovered at Babylon in 1879, now at British Museum. Persian conquest documented archaeologically. Translation by Irving Finkel. I am Cyrus, king of the universe, great king, mighty king, king of Babylon, king of Sumer and Akkad. Perfect correlation with biblical prophecy. Daniel predicted this conquest 64 years before it occurred. No human explanation possible. Why silver for Persia? Ancient economies valued silver highly, but secondary to gold. Persian economy depended on silver currency extensively. Archaeological evidence from Persepolis excavations confirms this. Silver artifacts outnumber gold artifacts 3 to 1. Persian preference for silver documented physically. Darius V introduced silver Daric coins around 515 BC, standard currency across Persian Empire. Economic system built on silver standards specifically. Dr. Pierre Briant's research on Persian economy confirms silver's central role. Published in From Cyrus to Alexander, a history of the Persian Empire. Daniel predicted this economic detail 68 years before Persia existed. No natural explanation, supernatural knowledge undeniable. The statue had two arms. Medo-Persian Empire consisted of two kingdoms united, Media and Persia, dual monarchy structure unique in ancient history. Daniel chapter 5, verse 28. Your kingdom is divided and given to the Medes and Persians. Dual nature explicitly stated. Daniel chapter 6, verse 8. The law of the Medes and Persians, which altereth not. Two kingdoms legally bound together permanently. Historical records confirm this unique governmental structure. No other ancient empire operated this way. Persian kings required Median council approval. Daniel predicted this specific governmental structure before either kingdom achieved superpower status. Impossible natural prediction. Persian Empire lasted 539 BC to 331 BC, exactly 208 years, from Cyrus the Great to Darius III. Daniel, chapter 8, predicted this explicitly. 208 years of Persian dominance. Then Greek conquest. Supernatural timeline accuracy. Alexander the Great defeated Darius III at Battle of Gaugamela, October 331 BC. Persian Empire collapsed instantly. Greek dominance began. Archaeological evidence from Gaugamela battlefield confirms this date. Excavations by Dr. John Hansman documented Persian defeat precisely. Daniel predicted Persian fall 372 years before Alexander's birth. No human explanation possible. Supernatural origin certain. Right, Persia? If you're following how each empire falls exactly as prophesied, the pattern continues forward systematically. Persian Empire introduced Zoroastrianism as state religion. Ahura Mazda worshipped as supreme deity. Dualistic theology, good versus evil cosmology. This represented spiritual degradation from Babylon's polytheism. Despite multiple gods, Babylon maintained sophisticated theological systems. Marduk held supreme position. Persia reduced complex theology to simplistic dualism. Archaeological evidence from Persepolis shows Ahura Mazda representations, winged disc symbol, simplified religious imagery. Dr. Mary Boyce's research on Zoroastrianism confirms this degradation, published in A History of Zoroastrianism. Persian spirituality declined from Babylonian sophistication. Daniel's inferior prophecy proved accurate religiously, not just politically. Complete degradation across multiple dimensions. Persian Empire demanded massive tribute from conquered territories. Herodotus documented this extensively. Book 3 of his histories, 20 satrapies each paid specific tribute: gold, silver, horses, grain, timber, slaves. Economic exploitation systematically organized. Behistun inscription confirms this system. Carved by Darius the Pharaohs in 520 BC, lists satrapies and tribute requirements. Archaeological validation. Total annual tribute exceeded 460 tons of silver, plus 14,000 talents of gold. Economic extraction unprecedented. Daniel predicted this economic inferiority. Babylon's economy was sophisticated trade-based. Persia's was exploitation-based. Moral degradation confirmed economically. Persian Empire threatened Jewish extinction. Book of Esther records this. Haman's plot to destroy all Jews throughout empire. Esther chapter 3 verse 13. Letters sent to all provinces. Kill all Jews, young and old, women and children. Divine intervention through Esther prevented this genocide. Persian king reversed the decree. Jewish people delivered supernaturally. Archaeological evidence confirms Persian postal system described in Esther. Royal road network. Courier stations, fast communication across empire. Dr. A.T. Olmsted's research validates Esther's historical accuracy. Published in History of the Persian Empire, biblical narrative archaeologically confirmed. Persian wars against Greece, 492-479 BC, prepared for eventual Greek conquest. Marathon, Thermopylae, Salamis, Plataea, Greek victories weakened Persia. These battles occurred 158 years before Alexander's conquest. Long-term weakening prepared Persian collapse. Historical pattern evident. Herodotus documented these wars extensively. Persian military failures began the decline. Greek resistance demonstrated Persian vulnerability. Archaeological evidence from Marathon battlefield confirms the battle. 192 Athenian casualties, 6,400 Persian casualties. Decisive Greek victory documented. Daniel predicted Persian fall to Greece 272 years before Marathon. Supernatural timeline accuracy undeniable. Right inferior if you see how each empire declines morally while expanding militarily. Pattern continues systematically. Daniel chapter 2 verse 39. A third kingdom of bronze shall rule over all the earth. Global dominance explicitly prophesied. Alexander the Great conquered Persian Empire 334–331 BC. Greek Empire spread across 3 continents. From Greece through Egypt to India, no empire before Alexander achieved this geographic scope. Daniel predicted this global reach 372 years beforehand. Bronze symbolism carries multiple meanings. Greek military equipment used bronze extensively. Corinthian helmets, bronze breastplates, bronze greaves, bronze shields. Archaeological excavations at Vagina confirm this. Philip II tomb contained bronze ceremonial armor. Museum at Vagina displays these artifacts currently. Macedonian phalanx formation revolutionized ancient warfare. Bronze-tipped sarissa spears, 16 feet long, bronze shields interlocking, impenetrable bronze wall. Dr. J.F.C. Fuller's research documents Greek bronze dependence, published in The Generalship of Alexander the Great. Bronze weaponry gave Greeks decisive advantage. Daniel predicted this specific military characteristic 300 years before Alexander created the phalanx system. Supernatural knowledge undeniable. Greek bronze production reached industrial scale. Archaeological evidence from Lorient silver mines shows bronze workshop remains extensively. Dr. C.G. Starr's excavations documented Greek bronze industry scope, published in The Economic and Social Growth of Early Greece, 800–500 BC. Alexander the Great conquered the known world in 13 years, 334–323 BC, never lost a battle, undefeated military genius. But here's the impossible detail. Daniel predicted Alexander's sudden death. Daniel chapter 8 verse 8. The great horn was broken. Alexander died June 323 BC in Babylon, age 32. At the height of his power, sudden death fulfilled prophecy perfectly. Daniel chapter 8 verse 8 continues. 4 notable ones came up toward the 4 winds of heaven. Greek empire divided 4 ways. Alexander's 4 generals divided the empire. Cassander took Macedonia. Lysimachus took Thrace. Seleucus took Syria. Ptolemy took Egypt. Perfect prophetic fulfillment. Daniel predicted this division 376 years before it occurred. No human explanation possible. Write bronze if you're seeing the mathematical impossibility of natural prediction. The pattern holds perfectly. Alexander's conquest spread Greek culture globally. Hellenization transformed the ancient world. Language, philosophy, architecture, theater, athletics spread everywhere. Koine Greek became universal language. New Testament written in Koine. Septuagint translated into Koine. Linguistic unification unprecedented. Archaeological evidence shows Greek cities throughout conquered territories. Alexandria, Egypt. Antioch, Syria. Pergamum, Asia Minor. Seleucia, Mesopotamia. Dr. Peter Green's research documents Hellenistic spread. Published in Alexander to Actium, The Historical Evolution of the Hellenistic Age. Cultural transformation, comprehensive. Daniel predicted this global cultural dominance. Rule over all the earth, not just military conquest. Complete cultural transformation achieved. Greek philosophy represented intellectual degradation from Persian wisdom. Despite Socrates, Plato, Aristotle's brilliance, Greek thought became increasingly skeptical. Persian theology maintained divine focus. Greek philosophy shifted to human reason exclusively, secular humanism emerging, spiritual decline accelerating. Epicureanism taught pleasure as highest good. Stoicism taught emotional detachment. Cynicism rejected social conventions. Skepticism questioned everything. Dr. A. A. Long's research documents Greek philosophical trends. Published in Hellenistic Philosophy, intellectual sophistication masking spiritual emptiness. Daniel's inferior pattern continued. Bronze, less valuable than silver. Greek spirituality declined from Persian standards. Moral degradation systematic. Ptolemaic Egypt built Alexandria Library, attempted collecting all human knowledge. 700,000 scrolls, largest ancient library ever. But this represented human knowledge worship, replacing divine revelation. Intellectual pride, academic arrogance, spiritual blindness increasing. Julius Caesar's civil war partially destroyed the library 48 BC. Later fires completed destruction. Human knowledge proved temporary. Divine revelation remains eternal. Archaeological evidence shows library location. Royal quarter excavations. Modern Bibliotheca Alexandrina built near ancient site. Historical commemoration. Dr. Luciano Canfora's research documents library history, published in The Vanished Library. Human intellectual achievements temporary nature confirmed. Greek athletic culture centered on Olympic Games. Started 776 BC. Originally religious festivals honoring Zeus. Later became corrupt entertainment. Athletes competed nude. Homosexual relationships normalized. Pagan worship integrated. Physical excellence worshipped above spiritual development. Roman period corrupted Olympics completely. Professional athletes, commercial sponsorship, gambling, entertainment replacing worship, complete degradation. Emperor Theodosius I banned Olympics 393 AD. Christian emperor ended pagan games. 1500 years later, revival attempted 1896 AD. Daniel predicted Greek cultural influence globally. Athletic culture spread throughout empire. Bronze belly symbolism perfect. Physical strength replacing spiritual depth. Right culture. If you see how Greek influence transformed the world while declining spiritually. Pattern continues forward. Daniel chapter 2 verse 40. The fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron, forasmuch as iron breaks in pieces and subdues all things. Rome conquered Greece in 146 BC. Battle of Corinth. Complete Roman dominance. Greek culture absorbed. Roman military superiority established. Iron symbolism represents Rome perfectly. Roman military equipment centered on iron. Gladius swords. Iron pilum javelins. Iron lorica segmentata armor. Archaeological evidence confirms Roman iron dependence. Excavations at Pompeii revealed extensive iron workshops, industrial-scale iron production supporting military expansion. Dr. J.G. Lendel's research documents Roman iron technology, published in Engineering in the Ancient World. Roman iron superiority gave military advantage. The statue had 2 legs. Daniel predicted Roman Empire division, Eastern and Western Roman Empire. Split occurred 395 AD. This detail proves supernatural origin definitively. No one in 603 BC could predict Roman division 1500 years later. Western Roman Empire fell 476 AD. Eastern Byzantine Empire continued until 1453 AD. Daniel's 2 legs prophecy fulfilled perfectly. Historical records document this division precisely. Emperor Theodosius I divided the empire between his 2 sons. Honorius ruled west. Arcadius ruled east. Daniel predicted this specific governmental split 1008 years before it occurred. Impossible natural prediction. Daniel chapter 2, verse 40. As iron breaks all these, so shall it break and bruise all. complete dominance prophesied. Rome conquered every Mediterranean civilization. Carthage destroyed 146 BC, Egypt annexed 30 BC, Greece absorbed 146 BC, Judea conquered 63 BC. No empire in history matched Roman military dominance, from Britain to Mesopotamia, from Germania to Africa. Complete Mediterranean control. Archaeological evidence validates Roman extent. Hadrian's Wall in Britain. Roman ruins across North Africa. Mediterranean trade routes entirely Roman-controlled. Dr. Edward Gibbon documented Roman scope in The History of the Decline and Fall of the Roman Empire. Unmatched ancient superpower. Western Rome lasted 146 BC to 476 AD, exactly 622 years. Eastern Rome continued until 1453 AD. Daniel predicted this extended timeline, two legs representing different durations, Western shorter, Eastern longer, perfect prophetic accuracy. The fall of Constantinople in 1453 AD ended Roman civilization permanently. Ottoman conquest completed. Byzantine Empire destroyed. Rome's legacy finished. Daniel predicted this complete Roman destruction 2,056 years before Constantinople fell. No human explanation possible. Write iron if you understand the supernatural accuracy. 4 empires down. Pattern holds perfectly. Rome persecuted Christians more brutally than any previous empire. 10 major persecutions from Nero 64 AD to Diocletian 303-313 AD. Nero blamed Christians for Rome's fire 64 AD, burned them as torches, fed them to lions, crucified them publicly, brutal entertainment, Domitian persecution 81-96 AD. Apostle John exiled to Patmos, received revelation there. Roman brutality inspired apocalyptic vision. Diocletian persecution 303-313 AD, most severe. Destroyed churches, burned scriptures, tortured believers, executed thousands. Final Roman rage against Christianity. Constantine's conversion, 312 AD, ended persecutions. Edict of Milan, 313 AD, legalized Christianity. Divine intervention transformed Roman Empire. Roman entertainment centered on gladiatorial combat. Colosseum opened 80 AD, 50,000 spectators. Death as public entertainment. Gladiators fought to death. Criminals executed publicly. Wild animals killed prisoners. Bloodsport normalized. Complete moral bankruptcy. Archaeological evidence confirms Colosseum's brutal purpose. Underground tunnels, animal cages, weapons storage. Death infrastructure systematically organized. Dr. Kathleen Coleman's research documents gladiatorial culture. Published in Fatal Charades, Roman executions staged as mythological enactments, entertainment through murder. Daniel predicted this iron brutality, breaks and crushes everything. Roman entertainment crushed human dignity, moral degradation absolute. Rome claimed Pax Romana brought peace. 27 BC to 180 AD, 200 years alleged tranquility. Historical propaganda, reality, constant border wars. Jewish revolts, 66-73 AD, 132-135 AD. Germanic conflicts continuous. Parthian wars ongoing. Peace meant Roman dominance. Archaeological evidence shows military fortifications everywhere. Hadrian's Wall, Limes Germanicus, Antonine Wall, permanent warfare infrastructure. Dr. Adrian Goldsworthy's research exposes Pax Romana myth, published in The Complete Roman Army. Continuous military operations documented. Daniel's iron symbolism perfect. Iron maintains control through force. Rome maintained peace through brutal military domination. Crushing power reality. Roman taxation system extracted wealth from conquered provinces. Census for taxation. Heavy tribute requirements. Economic slavery systematic. Luke chapter 2 verse 1 records Roman census. All the world should be taxed. Jesus, born during Roman economic exploitation. Provincial governors like Pontius Pilate extracted wealth brutally. Archaeological evidence shows Roman tax collection infrastructure throughout empire. Dr. Peter Brunt's research documents Roman taxation. published in Roman imperial themes. Economic exploitation unprecedented in scale. Daniel predicted this crushing economic reality. Iron crushes everything. Roman economy crushed provincial prosperity. Systematic wealth extraction. Right crushing. If you see Roman iron brutality fulfilled Daniel's prophecy perfectly. The pattern continues forward relentlessly. Daniel chapter 2 verse 41. Whereas you saw the feet and toes, part of potter's clay and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided. This wasn't another single empire. This represented multiple kingdoms attempting unity. Iron and clay don't bond chemically, they separate naturally. European nations after Rome's fall fit this description perfectly. Charlemagne attempted unification. Holy Roman Empire tried, Napoleon failed. Hitler failed catastrophically. But here's the detail proving modern relevance. Daniel chapter 2 verse 43. They shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave. Intermarriage without unity. European royal families intermarried extensively. British, German, Russian, Spanish royalty all related. Yet political unity failed repeatedly. Modern European Union represents this prophecy precisely. 27 nations, economic union, political cooperation. But fundamental disunity remains. Brexit proved Daniel's prophecy in 2020. United Kingdom left European Union. Economic partnership broken. Political separation completed. Iron and clay separating. Dr. Andrew Glencross analysed this in Why the UK Voted for Brexit, David Cameron's Great Miscalculation. European unity, fundamentally impossible. Daniel predicted this permanent European division 2,624 years before European Union formation. Impossible natural prediction. Current European tensions continue this pattern. Hungary, Poland, Italy challenging EU authority. Nationalism rising. Unity attempts failing. Prophetic fulfillment ongoing. Daniel chapter 2, verse 41. The kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken. Iron remnant mixed with clay weakness. Some European nations maintain military strength. Britain, France, Germany possess significant power, but others lack strength entirely. This describes modern European military reality perfectly. NATO consists of strong and weak members. Article 5 requires collective defense, but capability varies dramatically. Archaeological metaphor proves accurate. Iron remains in the mixture, provides structural strength, but clay prevents unified cohesion. Perfect prophetic description. Daniel predicted modern European military alliance structure 2,600 years ago. No human explanation possible. Daniel chapter 2 mentions 10 toes implicitly. Statue has feet with toes. Standard human anatomy. 10 divisions implied. Prophetic interpreters debate whether this represents 10 specific end-time kingdoms. Daniel chapter 7 explicitly mentions 10 horns representing 10 kings. Revelation chapter 13 and 17 also mention 10 kings. Consistent prophetic pattern, 10-kingdom confederation in final period. Whether this represents 10 specific European nations or global confederation remains debated, but the feet period exists now. Prophetic fulfillment continues. Right divided. If you see current European disunity proving Daniel's prophecy, the stone's impact approaches. Charlemagne crowned Holy Roman Emperor 800 AD, attempted reunifying Western Rome, failed completely, empire fragmented by 843 AD. Treaty of Verdun divided Carolingian Empire. Charles the Bald took West Francia. Louis the German took East Francia. Lothair took Middle Kingdom. Archaeological evidence shows border fortifications from this period. Permanent division established. Unity attempts failed. Daniel's prophecy fulfilled. Holy Roman Empire continued nominally until 1806. Voltaire mocked it. Neither holy nor Roman nor an empire. Perpetual disunity. Dr. James Bryce documented this failure. Published in The Holy Roman Empire. European unity fundamentally impossible. iron and clay separating. Napoleon Bonaparte attempted European unification through conquest. 1804, 1814, controlled most of Europe, crowned himself emperor. But Russian campaign 1812 destroyed his empire. 600,000 soldiers invaded Russia. Only 96,000 returned. Catastrophic failure. Waterloo 1815 ended Napoleon's final attempt. 100 Days campaign failed. European unity through force impossible. Daniel's prophecy maintained. Congress of Vienna 1815 restored European division. Balance of power system prevented unification. Iron and clay refusing to mix. Dr. David Chandler documented Napoleon's failure. Published in The Campaigns of Napoleon. Military conquest couldn't achieve European unity. World War I, 1914-1918. Germany attempted European dominance, failed catastrophically, 20 million dead. European unity through war impossible. Treaty of Versailles, 1919, punished Germany, redrew European borders, created League of Nations, unity attempt failed. World War II, 1939-1945, Hitler attempted unifying Europe under Third Reich, failed absolutely. 60 million dead, greatest catastrophe in human history. Holocaust murdered 6 million Jews. Nazi brutality exceeded all previous empires. Iron-crushing power taken to demonic extreme. Allied victory 1945 prevented European unity again. Iron and clay separation maintained. Daniel's prophecy holding 2,400 years. Revelation to 23D. The European coal and steel community, post-War II. Europe attempted economic unity. European coal and steel community formed 1951. France, Germany, Italy, Belgium, Netherlands, Luxembourg. Attempt controlling war resources collectively, preventing future conflicts. Economic unity hoped to prevent military unity's failure. European Economic Community formed 1957. Treaty of Rome, expanded economic cooperation. 6 nations attempting what military conquest failed. European Union formed 1993. Maastricht Treaty, political union attempted. Economic integration expanded. 28 nations eventually joined, but Daniel's prophecy maintained. Economic unity achieved partially. Political unity failed repeatedly. Iron and clay mixing impossibly. United Kingdom joined European Economic Community 1973. 43 years of membership, economic benefits, political tensions. Brexit referendum, June 2016. 52% voted leave. European Union membership ending. Daniel's prophecy demonstrated visibly. January 31st, 2020. United Kingdom officially left European Union. Economic union broken, political separation completed, iron and clay separating. Dr. Andrew Glenn Cross analysed Brexit, published in Why the UK Voted for Brexit. Fundamental disunity proved. European unity impossible. Current tensions continue this pattern. Hungary challenges EU authority. Poland resists EU courts. Italy threatens exit. Nationalism rising everywhere. Daniel chapter 7 mentions 10 horns, representing 10 kings, parallel to 10 toes on statues' feet. Revelation chapter 17 verse 12. The 10 horns are 10 kings who receive authority 1 hour with the beast. Prophetic interpreters debate specific identification. Western European Union had 10 nations originally. European Union fluctuates in membership. Whether 10 specific nations or symbolic number remains debated, but feet period exists now. 10 Kingdom Confederation approaching. Daniel's prophecy nearing completion. 4 empires fallen. 5th stage active. 6th event imminent. Stone's impact approaching. Write Europe if you see how 2,000 years of history proves Daniel's supernatural accuracy. Pattern holds perfectly. Daniel chapter 2 verse 34. You watched until a stone was cut out without hands, which struck the image upon its feet. Not human construction, no tools used. Supernatural origin explicitly stated. Divine intervention, not human revolution. This stone represents God's kingdom replacing human governments, not another human empire, not political reformation, complete divine replacement. Daniel chapter 2 verse 44. In the days of these kings, the God of heaven shall set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed. Timing specified precisely, during Feet period, while European Confederation attempts continue. Divine intervention during active political systems. Daniel chapter 2 verse 35. Then the iron, clay, bronze, silver, gold were broken to pieces together. They became like chaff from summer threshing floors. Complete, simultaneous destruction, not sequential collapse. All human kingdoms destroyed at once. Unprecedented in human history, wind carried them away, no place found for them, complete annihilation, total removal, perfect divine judgment. But notice where the stone struck, the feet, not the golden head, not the iron legs. The weakest point. Current global political structure represents this weak point. International alliances failing, economic systems unstable. Perfect timing for divine intervention. Daniel chapter 2 verse 35 continues, "The stone that struck the image became a great mountain and filled the whole earth." Mountain represents kingdom in biblical prophecy. Isaiah chapter 2 verse 2, "The mountain of the Lord's house shall be established." This mountain kingdom fills entire earth. No borders, no competitors, universal government under divine authority, permanent establishment. Zechariah chapter 14 verse 9 confirms, "The Lord shall be king over all the earth. In that day there shall be one Lord, and his name one." Global theocracy explicitly prophesied, not human government, not democratic system, direct divine rule, perfect administration. Daniel chapter 2 verse 44, "This kingdom shall not be left to other people. It shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms. It shall stand forever." Eternal duration explicitly stated. No succession, no replacement, no decline. Permanent establishment, perfect government forever. Human kingdoms always fail. Babylon fell, Persia fell, Greece fell, Rome fell, European unity fails. Pattern proves human government incapable, but God's kingdom never fails. Daniel chapter 7 verse 14. "His dominion is an everlasting dominion which shall not pass away." Imperfect government requires perfect ruler. Human rulers fail. Divine ruler cannot fail. Logical necessity demands supernatural administration. 4 empires have fallen exactly as Daniel prophesied. Babylon, 537 BC. Persia, 331 BC. Greece, 146 BC. Rome, 476 AD. Mathematical probability of this accuracy. 4 consecutive predictions, spanning 2,000 years, calculated at 1 in 10,000 minimum, but including specific details, metal symbolism, governmental structures, military characteristics, timeline durations. Probability becomes 1 in millions. No human in 603 BC possessed this knowledge. No natural explanation exists. Supernatural origin mathematically certain. The 5th stage exists now. Feet period active. European disunity visible. Stone's impact imminent. Prophetic certainty absolute. Right stone if you understand what's approaching. Divine intervention. Kingdom replacement. Complete transformation. The stone represents Messiah. Isaiah chapter 28 verse 16, "Behold, I lay in Zion a stone for a foundation." Psalm 118 verse 22, "The stone which the builders refused has become the headstone of the corner." Jesus identified himself as this stone. Matthew chapter 21 verse 42, "Did you never read the stone which the builders rejected?" 1 Peter chapter 2 verse 7. "Unto you which believe he is precious, but unto them which be disobedient, the stone which the builders disallowed." Daniel's stone prophecy is messianic. Cut without hands means supernatural birth. Virgin Mary, Holy Spirit conception, divine origin. Jesus' first coming established spiritual kingdom. Luke chapter 17 verse 21. The kingdom of God is within you. Spiritual kingdom exists now. Christians are kingdom citizens. Colossians chapter 1 verse 13. Delivered us from darkness into his dear Son's kingdom. Naim. But stone's crushing impact represents second coming. Physical kingdom establishment. Literal governmental replacement. Complete transformation. Revelation chapter 11 verse 15. The kingdoms of this world have become the kingdoms of our Lord and his Christ. Daniel saw both comings in one vision. First coming, spiritual foundation. Second coming, physical manifestation. Complete prophetic revelation. Stone strikes during feet period. European Confederation attempts active. But Revelation describes 7-year tribulation first. Daniel chapter 9 verse 27 describes this period. He shall confirm the covenant with many for 1 week. 1 week equals 7 years in prophetic terminology. Tribulation period. Antichrist rising. Global government attempted. Final human rebellion. Stone strikes at tribulation's end. Armageddon battle. Jesus returns physically. Destroys all human kingdoms simultaneously. Establishes divine government. Revelation chapter 19 verses 11 through 21 describes this event. King of kings, Lord of lords, conquering king returning. Stone becomes mountain filling earth, represents 1,000-year reign. Revelation chapter 20 verse 4. They lived and reigned with Christ 1,000 years. Messianic kingdom prophecies describe this period. Isaiah chapter 11. Wolf dwelling with lamb, child playing with cobra, perfect peace. Jerusalem becomes world capital. Isaiah chapter 2 verse 3. Out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. Nations stream to Jerusalem annually. Zechariah chapter 14 verse 16. Everyone that is left of all the nations shall go up year to worship. Perfect government finally achieved. Divine wisdom ruling. Justice established. Peace maintained. Prosperity universal. Daniel's prophecy fulfilled completely. After millennium, eternal state begins. Revelation chapter 21. New heaven, new earth. New Jerusalem descending. God dwelling with humanity forever. Revelation chapter 21 verse 3. Behold, the tabernacle of God is with men. No more death, no more sorrow, no more pain. Revelation chapter 21 verse 4. Former things passed away. Daniel's mountain kingdom transitions into eternal state. Kingdom never ending, government never replaced, perfection maintained forever. This is the stone's ultimate fulfillment. Not just destroying human kingdoms, establishing divine government eternally, complete transformation permanently. Right, eternal, if you understand the stone's ultimate purpose. Not just destruction, complete replacement, perfect establishment forever. Nebuchadnezzar recognized this truth immediately. Daniel chapter 2 verse 47. The king said to Daniel, "Of a truth it is that your God is a God of gods and Lord of kings." Historical accuracy compelled acknowledgement. Perfect prophetic fulfillment demands response. 4 empires prove Daniel's reliability. 5th fulfillment active. The question isn't whether this happens. The question is, are you aligned with the coming kingdom or defending collapsing human governments? Current global instability proves we're in the final stage. Economic uncertainty increasing. International alliances fracturing. Nationalism rising. Prophetic fulfillment accelerating. Daniel chapter 2 guarantees the stone's impact. Not human speculation, divine promise, documented prophecy, inevitable fulfillment. When the stone strikes, everything changes instantly. No gradual transition, no political negotiation, no human participation. Divine intervention, supernatural transformation, complete replacement, permanent installation, perfect fulfillment. Are you prepared for what's coming? When the stone strikes, every human kingdom falls. No exceptions, no survivors. Biblical prophecy isn't speculation. It's documented history written beforehand. Daniel proved this. 4 empires confirmed this. Subscribe to this channel. Join those who understand prophecy as proven predictive accuracy. Share this video with everyone who needs this truth. Write ready if you're prepared for the stone's impact. Let's see who recognizes prophetic fulfillment happening now, who understands what's coming next. The stone that destroys empires is cut without hands, aimed at human civilization's weakest point. Ready to strike. Nothing can stop it. Mathematical probability of Daniel's accuracy. 4 consecutive empire predictions, exact sequential order, spanning 2,000 years. Basic probability calculation, 1 in 4 chance guessing first empire correctly, 1 in 16 for 2 empires, 1 in 64 for 3 empires, for 4 empires in exact order, 1 in 256. But including specific details increases impossibility exponentially. Metal symbolism, accuracy. Governmental structures predicted. Military characteristics foreseen, timeline durations estimated, religious developments anticipated, statistical analysis demands supernatural origin. No human in 603 BC possessed this knowledge. No natural explanation withstands scrutiny. Divine origin mathematically certain. Global instability matches feat period description. International alliances failing. Economic systems unstable. Political cooperation impossible. COVID-19 pandemic exposed global disunity. Nations hoarded resources. Cooperation failed. Every nation for itself. Iron and clay separating visibly. Current inflation crisis demonstrates economic fragility. Supply chain disruptions. Energy shortages, food scarcity, global system collapsing. Ukraine conflict reveals alliance weakness, Western unity strained, economic warfare failing, military cooperation limited, political divisions deepening, China-Taiwan tensions threaten World War III. North Korean missiles continue. Iran nuclear program advances. Middle East instability increases. Global chaos accelerating. Daniel chapter 12 verse 4. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. Modern technology fulfills this prophecy. Internet created 1983. World Wide Web launched 1991. Smartphone revolution began 2007. Knowledge explosion unprecedented. Artificial intelligence advancing exponentially. ChatGPT released November 2022. AI capability accelerating monthly. Human knowledge doubling every 12 hours now. Quantum computing emerging. Gene editing advancing. Nanotechnology developing. Transhumanism rising. Technology outpacing human wisdom dangerously. Daniel predicted this knowledge explosion. End times characteristic. Current acceleration proves prophetic timing. Stone's impact imminent. Ephesians chapter 6 verse 12. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, powers, rulers of darkness. Current spiritual warfare intensifying. Church persecution increasing globally. Christianity declining in West. Secularism rising. Apostasy accelerating. Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. The devil has come down having great wrath because he knows his time is short. Satanic desperation proving prophetic fulfillment. Transgender ideology attacking creation order. Abortion murdering millions. Human trafficking enslaving millions. Spiritual blindness pandemic. Matthew chapter 24, verse 12. Because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Matthew chapter 24, verse 34. This generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled. Which generation? The generation seeing Israel's restoration. May 14th, 1948. Israel became a nation. Prophetic clock started. Psalm 90, verse 10. Biblical generation equals 70 to 80 years. Adding 70 years to 1948 equals 2018. Adding 80 equals 2028. Current time period matches prophetic timeline perfectly. Generation seeing Israel reborn, witnessing prophetic fulfillment. Stone's impact approaching rapidly. Fig tree parable in Matthew 24. Israel is the fig tree. Putting forth leaves represents national rebirth. Summer approaching means kingdom near. Every person faces personal decision. Align with coming kingdom or defend collapsing human governments. Choose divine rule or human rebellion. Romans chapter 10, verse 9. If you confess with your mouth Jesus is Lord and believe in your heart God raised him from dead, you shall be saved. Salvation isn't joining religion. Salvation is personal relationship with coming King, acknowledging Jesus as the stone, surrendering to his kingdom. Acts chapter 4, verse 12. Neither is there salvation in any other. No other name under heaven given among men whereby we must be saved. Jesus is the stone. Builders rejected him, crucified him, but God raised him, coming back as conquering king. Final opportunity for surrender. Write Jesus if you're surrendering to the stone. Acknowledging the coming king. Preparing for kingdom establishment, making personal decision now.